The first type of flexibility training that we'll cover is static stretching. Now, as the name suggests, static meaning still, the stretch will be applied and held for a period of time. As you can see here, Callie is stretching the hamstring, holding, getting a great stretch there, and release. The next type of flexibility training that we'll look at is dynamic stretching. Now, dynamic stretching, dynamic meaning movement, is in motion. So we see here Cal bouncing through the action, providing lots of movement through the joint, which really fires up the muscle and gets her ready for activity. Static stretching is best applied after training, when the muscles are already warm. There is a massive psychological advantage to doing static stretching after training as well, having the client feel as if they're cooling down, winding down the session. However, so far as gaining flexibility, it's definitely not the best choice to make. Dynamic stretching, however, is wonderful to do before training. This is where your joint will maneuver itself around an action and use momentum to stretch to a greater range. Now, this sort of stretching has been shown to really fire up the muscle and create a better flexibility going into an activity. The final type of stretching that we'll cover is PNF stretching, which is an abbreviation for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. So you get a bit of an idea why they call it PNF stretching. Now from here, PNF stretching is basically a stretch and hold type stretch. Now there are many ways to do this. We'll look at stretch and hold, stretch and contract through the antagonist, and we'll also look at stretch and contract through the agonist muscle. Now, PNF stretching is a wonderful type of stretching for flexibility gains. So you can see here, Cal now stretching through the hamstring, applying some resistance against the shoulder, and now pushing through to a greater range of movement. Now, in PNF stretching, we actually trick what we call the Golgi tendon apparatus, which measures tension on the muscle. Now, by tricking it, by isometrically contracting through the muscle, you will allow for a greater range of movement through that muscle.